So here the story goes. The year is 2017, and I am literally in the training for advertising and multimedia. And right now, I literally need to get my portfolio in order. So what do? So I'm out here. I'm like, hey man, I really need to get some portfolio in order. So what I do? I get my portfolio together. I actually reach out to a lot of people, and then one of the people that I reached out to, it's actually one of the people who were actually doing this other production for this other concert. So I was like, so this concert, let me break down to you what this concert is about. So you spend 3 days in the middle of nowhere and you camping and with all these amazing people. And the concert is great, bro. Like, who wouldn't want to go there? Because we were getting actually a lot of free things. Well, that's what they said. So we were getting free things like a free entrance, a free time, free access to actually record and like film all these amazing artists and just hang around with them. So it was like too good to be true. You know what I mean? You know that type of thing where you just like listen to it and you're like, oh damn, what was I thinking? That's me when I'm sitting at home and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, dude, this was too good to be true. That was what this concert was, I think, was according to me. So we're chilling and we are now ready because I sent my portfolio and they were like, yo, we are willing to work with you. So yeah, man, I was actually happy. Some of the people that I was actually in the training with, they also went with me, and we were filming and stuff. I actually got the very great camera. I remember it was an ATD. Those people got an ATD, ATD footage, like a very good footage. And most of the time, because it was dark, I actually used a 50 and 50 and an ATD, like photography, nighttime, stage lights, the drill. I mean, you guys have seen my footage on the other event video I actually did on my channel. I think it's time for you to actually scroll on my channel if you want to see that video. But for now, I'm not gonna mention anything because I don't want to get cancelled, because I'm still good friends with those people. But it's quite a good story and actually a very funny story to actually look back at, and you're like, sheesh, dude, like this is what was happening. So 2017 was actually a year where I learned more about events, and but we're still getting all these events people actually ruining our lives. I don't really want to swear. so here we go, man. We are waiting for a buzz. It turns out that it's a party bars, and we are going to this event. Okay, is this bus gonna actually get us where we have to get? I mean, it was pretty much late because the bus came around, I think 1 a.m. in the morning, and the event was like gonna be starting soon. So like pretty much we're pretty much skeptic about it, but for the love of events and filmmaking, we were like, oh shit, okay, we're about to do this. So we out here, we with our cameras. Some people even recorded. I was also recording the whole trip, but I was not really, I don't really want to show that, but I was recording the whole trip. And then most of my friends were actually, I didn't really bring, like, I don't have friends, but people that I know from the training school, they were there, and we were just chilling there. And it was actually a great thing, that I had met a lot of people that I still work with, and I'm not gonna mention their names, but sound guy who's amazing that I work with all the time. I met him there and I still work with him. I'm so grateful for that trip because I met a lot of creatives and we were there. We were just like hanging around. It was a lot. So we go to this location with different stops, because with the bus like that, what were we expecting? It was bound to actually stop and not work until we just pray and then it works. So we were there, we went for like I think the trip was like the whole day. It took us the whole day to go there. I mean the whole night to go there, because the bus actually arrived pretty much late. So you can imagine And then we get there in the morning, bro. Firstly, we get tents that we set up. I was sleeping with some girl in the tent, and we had turns because sometimes I'd come late and she'd come not late, and like we had tents. So the trip was pretty much set. And firstly, we thought we were gonna sleep in the party. Actually, a lot of people slept in the party bars because they were like, no, I'm not going to be sleeping in that tent or stuff like that. So shout out to people who actually because we were literally like thinking, okay, this is gonna be a camping experience. So but most of the time we didn't even experience that camping experience because we didn't have that time to be experiencing that camping life, because most of the time we were working, we were slaving for like the time that we were there. So we got there, and first day things were nice, bruh. We got lunch, we got like spreadsheets, everyone was like on time, things were running smoothly. We were like, oh man, this is the life, I want to get on this life. Next day, things were not going pretty much well, not next day, actually that night. Things were not going pretty much well because we didn't actually receive food to eat. So now it was up to us to actually buy ourselves food. And mind you, we got ourselves to the location because the bus picked us up at that certain location. So us being students, we had to hustle money to go to that location with our own equipment, and putting our lives in danger, going to taxis and stuff like that. So ATD is not a cheap camera. So we were out there, so we had to buy ourselves food again because these people were very, very much not organized. So they decided that, what, these people, they don't really want food, they don't really want anything, they're just gonna sleep. And mind you, there are people with turns. There are people who were actually about to sleep, like we were supposed to sleep around 1 a.m. because that's when I think the concert ended most at night. So some people were actually up that night without food. So that was like, okay, all right. So I got the grip of things, looking at how the situation and accessing as a grown up. I was like, okay, we're about to get effed up. So next day they give us sheets. People still go there, but now we didn't get, like, we got the breakfast, so we didn't get lunch. So this is when the story got like effed up. So people were like, you know what? Since there's this concert sponsored, because in those 3 days and 4 days, different brands came together with different free things. Like you get different free, like ice cream. You could get this, you could get that. So people went to different brands trying to get food. Some people were like really spending more time in those places than actually doing the actual work, actually filming. So because they were like, oh no, I'm not gonna be filming in an empty stomach, and also I have to save myself this food. So it was like scrambling for food and actually doing a little bit of that work for like 5 minutes of that film that you have to do, and just submitting it to the people that were actually capturing, or what, a data wrangler. I can't really pronounce that word, but yeah, I don't know what they call them on set. There was someone who was actually editing things on spot. So the footage was quite interesting because they didn't get a lot of footage, if I may say, because how do you get a footage if everyone that you're working with is actually hungry? No way is they're gonna give you footage that is nice. So they got there, and then when they actually got to the point where they were like all over the place, scrambling for food, trying to get that food, trying to get that that time of like, because you didn't even know if you're gonna eat tonight or tomorrow or in the evenings or whatever. So even the organizers themselves were actually scrambling for food. That's when we realized that things are about to get real. So, hey man, we were always just going there. I can even show you my footage. The organizers were actually in all these footages because why? Because certain brand was giving us like burgers, was giving us like nice things, and they actually, I don't really consume alcohol, but a lot of people were actually drinking a lot of alcohol from that. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, drinking alcohol, no longer filming, and the excuse for that was that, well, you guys didn't give us food, so what do you expect? How do you expect to get the footage? So me, I was filming because from home I had budgeted myself some like money, so that I make sure that if I'm hungry, I just eat from the money that I got, cause I just prefer it that way. If I'm going somewhere like for a long time, I actually just go and record. I mean, like, make sure that I have something like backed up. So the story at day 2, everyone is all over the place. The footage is not really like according to the sheet, and the bands that they actually booked, those people to actually go and pay the production so that they actually get their footage, and people didn't actually record them because they were hungry. And now, mind you, we there because of those bands. Actually, they had deals with those production companies, but now the production company actually didn't give us the whole breakdown of what's gonna happen. So I don't know if the bands got the footage or not, but man, that experience on its own really showed me that if you don't know your contract, if you don't know all the things that you're there for, like, just stay at home. If you don't have the clear understanding between you and the organizer, if you don't have anything written down, don't go anywhere. Just stay at home, because those type of situations will get you in a lot of trouble and will make sure that it will just show you how cruel the industry can be. So yeah, man, that story is actually a bit funny, because I don't really want to go further and mention other people's names, because those people are now doing good things, but I just look at them sometimes, I'm like, oh, you guys don't know half of the things. But it's all good in the hood, it's all love, so I was just sharing this story so that you guys can actually see the things that we've been going through, and see that freelancing is not a child's play. We go through all these troubles for the love of the game. So yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm not gonna say a lot of things, but that story is actually very funny, because even now I sit down and I look at the footage that we shot, and I'm like, oh shit, people don't know what we were going through here. The footage is nice. I don't know if they gave the celebrities that I was shooting their footage, and because I didn't get anything from it. So I've learned, man. I've got burned, and I'm good though. I'm good. It's all good, man. It's all love, but that, man, like, shows you that you always have to have a contract. You always have to have something written down. You always have to make sure that nothing is just blurred. Everything is just like, you guys have an understanding and it's written down, and you guys are good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe to my channel, and as you can see, the set is just improving every day. I'm trying to do this for you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and also watch the videos that I've done before, man. These videos are actually dope. I've put a lot of work in them, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
She say I'm a triple, honey, welcome to Trivago. Tell me who you know, who is you tripping for a follow? Ball in the air like Showtime and the Apollo. Puffing up your chest.